Hello there. So this video is about driving test faults, and there's three sorts of faults you're going to get on the UK driving test. You're going to get a dangerous fault, a serious fault, and driving faults. So a dangerous fault, if you get one of these on the driving test, you're going to fail. There's no ifs or buts. And an example of a dangerous fault would be if you endanger yourself, the examiner, the public, or property. So I'll give you two examples of what could be a dangerous fault. You could be going round a left turn, driving into a road, and there's something in your way, and you've just gone round a bit too quick, and you've tried to avoid it, and you've mounted the curb with your front wheels, trying to avoid the problem. That's dangerous. So you're going to get a dangerous for that. You should be keeping in your lane. Another example of a dangerous fault would be you're on a dual carriageway and you're going from left lane to right lane, and you've not given yourself effective observations, and you're about to change lanes, and there's a car next to you, and the examiner grabs the wheel as you start to move and pulls you back. That's another dangerous fault. So they're just two examples. There's plenty of examples out there. There's two. A serious fault, that's where it's an error, essentially dangerous, but it warrants a serious. Now, if you get one of them on your driving test, that's also a fail. And I'll give a few examples of these ones. So you drive along the road and you're going to go past a parked car on the left. So you check your mirrors, it's clear, and as you start pulling out, there's a car coming towards you, and there's a gap on your left in between the cars. And you don't bother taking the gap, you just carry on going along because you've already committed yourself, and that car in front of you whose right of way it is has to stop and give way to you. That's a serious. You could have pulled into the gap and avoided that problem. So that's one example. Another example would be driver faults. If you're continually making errors, and I suppose an example would be if you're pulling off and you're stalling the car because of nerves, and you stall, say, 4 or 5 times on the driving test, that's going to become a serious fault. So it's not actually technically straight away a serious, it's just driver faults, but it becomes a serious. Driving faults. Now, you're allowed up to 15 of these on the UK driving test without failing your driving test. But if you get more than, say, example might be 4 in the same category, sometimes it might be 3, then it's going to become a serious eventually. So it'll be a recurring fault that keeps cropping up. And I mentioned stalling and just previous in the serious one. If you keep stalling going around your driving test because of nerves, you'll eventually get a serious. Or if you're not checking your blind spots moving off, every time you're not checking your blind spot when you're moving off on your right, that's going to become a driver fault, and eventually them are going to mount up and eventually become a serious. So they're all little faults, and they can be avoided. You can be going left, turning left, and you don't check your left mirror. It's a driving fault. Or you should be signalling, tell people your intentions, and you forget to signal. That's a driving fault. Okay. So they're all just examples of what kind of faults you can get on the driving test. I hope you like the video. If you do, don't be afraid to share it and like it. Take care. Good luck with your driving, and good luck on the driving test.